Shaadie V, Shaadie V, Shaadie V.
Let's actually talk about TikTok. Cause that's totally different vibe. Totally different vibe.
Like I said, that's what you get with me. You're gonna get a whole gumbo mix of everything. I'm up, down, left, right. So, I start off, like I said, with a kind of contradicting type R&B hip hop love song that really ain't a love song. It's a fuck song. Like, and then you go to the conscious, you know what I mean? Like get in your face, tell you some truth type awakening song, and then for the ratchets, you know what I mean? And I call
it for the TikTok.
For the TikTok, it's self-explanatory. Like, there's nothing difficult about it at all.
But wait, pause, because of who you are and how you move, you have actually included this ratchet song as a community movement. There's a challenge for this.
Yeah, I mean that was the goal. Like, again, regardless of how the presentation or the end result comes out when it comes to like my music or really specifically when it comes to my music, like I know how people get it or see it or perceive it. My thing is I'm trying to sell carrots in the land of candy. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to drop knowledge. I'm trying to have some substance, but it's an ice cream world. It's a new flavor every week, and I get that and understand it. So how can I sugarcoat this candy but still have some type of substance around it and give everybody something at some point? And so, TikTok is blowing up. That's one of the main platforms to at least get your songs out and people doing dances. And I got music out, you know what I mean? And it's hard to get people to get the music at random. Right. So I was like, why not make something like literally for the TikTok? Yeah. and people can find it that way. Like, this song is for TikTok. I'm going to call it For the TikTok. I'm going to do a song that is like dance explicit. The beat is going to be simple and like tailored off of something that has been from TikTok. Like, there should be no reason why this song for the TikTok shouldn't have a dance that's for the TikTok on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, and I did it even coming down to the lyrics still as ABC-ish or whatever it may feel like. Really, when you really sit back and listen to the lyrics and dissect it, I'm still giving you bars in the whole TikTok and Rolex that don't TikTok and make your hips TikTok. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just playing off the word TikTok a lot to make it's.
You're making that brain tick and talk.
Exactly. So that's it. In a quick little 2 minutes, that's real fast. You know what I mean? So that's just really what it is. Just a fun track to do for the TikTok.
Yeah. Ooh, bow, bow. Yeah. Ooh. If you love where you from, let me see you rap. Throw it up with your hands, then do your step. Hit them with that whoa. Go on, hit them folks. This with it down low, kiss it furly goes. Yeah, bust it down, baby, then pop it up. Get dirty as you want, then mop it up. Keep it lit like a big, ain't no stopping us. Like Vic, ain't no bitch shit dropping us. All that cake, can I celebrate? Want it so bad, I can never wait. Yeah, slim top down, bottom, I'm a heavyweight. You feel it in her chest like I'm Kevin Gates. From your head to your feet, make your hips rock. Do it old school, baby, make them tick-tock. Got a Audemars on, not a wristwatch. You got a rollie on and it don't tick-tock. From your head to your feet, make your hips rock. Do it old school, baby, make them tick-tock. Got a Audemars on, not a wristwatch. You got a rollie on and it don't tick-tock. Yeah, do it for the TikTok. Make your hips rock, baby, for the TikTok. Got a Audemars, show it for the TikTok. You got a rollie on, show it for the TikTok. Yeah, do it for the TikTok. Make your hips rock, baby, for the TikTok. Got a Audemars, show it for the TikTok. You got a rollie on, show it for the TikTok. Yeah.
What's the hashtag on that so that when they hear this, they can record themselves on TikTok? Is the challenge still open?
Yeah, it's just
to
for the
be
TikTok.
the community.
The number 4 and the TikTok. Just do that. Hashtag it. I actually got my guy Rogue out there in Stockton. My boy LaRue. He he about to gig on this something crazy. He about to gig on this something crazy. So stay tuned. Like I said, I try to give everybody their chance, but
Right.
you know how it is, man. They catch on when they see it.
Well, Shaadie, the music that you let me play today is really beautiful, but it doesn't stop there. So let's talk about your music a little bit. When did you start writing?
Like around 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was
it was-
it hip hop style or was it just rock and roll? Like where did
Poetry.
you start? Poetry.
It's poetry
Okay.
first. The flute actually made me a writer.
Did you play the flute?
I tried.
I did too.
I wanted to. No, it wasn't the flute. What it was I wanted to be in band, and
Okay.
I wanted to play the saxophone. Like I said, backstory with me always. As hard as I want to be, I still want to be. I'm a ladies' man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have my wife. I am a
Love you,
husband,
Joey.
husband of 1 and a father of 6. But I've always been the ladies' man. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And growing up, I wanted to do anything that was sexy. So I wanted to learn how to cook because I thought women think men cooking was sexy.
It
you
is
know what I mean?
sexy.
I wanted to learn French because French is a sexy language. Like that's just how young naive kids. So it was like I wanted to learn the saxophone because the saxophone is sexy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I joined band, realized you can't be on a saxophone unless you like a second year. So they give me a damn flute. I'm like, what is this?
This is not the brass
This ain't it,
that I
right?
wanted.
And it's after
I guess
school,
it's a woodwind.
and it's
My
like
bad.
an after school program, you know what I mean? And this back in the 90s, so it was like you had to be in it. It wasn't so much stuff to do after school,
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean? It's like after school or the streets or sports or you know what I mean?
Right.
So my mom and grandparents made sure I had something to do.
That's good.
But I didn't want to do the flute. And they like, well, you wanted to do band, and if you ain't gonna do the band and do flute, then only thing left is poetry class. And I was like, well, fine, I'll go to poetry. And then that's why I realized I can recite, I can write, I can do that. So that's why I say the poetry made me the flute made me a writer because I wasn't trying to play no damn flute.
I tried to play it. It was awkward. It wasn't
Yeah,
for me.
it's like it's just the angle.
It's weird.
And then your lip like go right over the
Yeah.
top. I don't get it. Like just,
yeah.
it's,
Shout out to Lizzo because she's Sasha
yeah,
Fierce,
hey,
man.
she a beast for that because that stuff is hard. But yeah, so that's where I discovered more of the writing. But before that, I was always kind of like I said around 6 and stuff. I was rewriting stuff and being creative, but not knowing. When you're just putting rhyme words together, you're not knowing that you're making poetry stuff. Till I got about 9, 10. And start getting into poetry class and reciting and start winning contests and doing things. And then that just evolved from parodying. I loved Weird Al Yankovic. Again, music and comedy
Shout
and
out
being
to
goofy.
Weird Al.
So I would tweak songs on the radio and put my name in it or put neighborhood people name in it and really like
So
I
you
was
were
really,
remixing shit
I was
back
really
then.
like parodying and remixing stuff back then. I would
Okay.
make funny versions or just make a mixtape stuff
Yeah.
before recording at like 8, 9, 10, 11.
I
So
love it.
I've always been doing the music and performing and writing.
That's funny. So your catalog, how many albums do you have, or how many release tracks are available, and where do people find it?
All over. Everything is SHAADIE. I done had distribution for about 10 years now. Been putting out music so that the catalog stays big, but it's still, relatively
Right.
unknown just because of, finances and marketing, the things that you
Right.
need to do within the machine of
Of the industry.
the industry, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, which is hard for a working family man that is,
Right.
I
6
ain't
kids is a
hustling,
lot
I ain't
to
doing it.
feed.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not hustling, I'm not robbing nobody. I'm just trying to
Right.
get it the right way and still pay bills and get my wife's nails done and
Right.
things like that. You know what I mean? She's a stay-at-home mom, so I'm
That's a
bringing
hard
home
job.
the bacon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with 4 kids at the house. So, and she just started doing account management for her cousin's Trash Logic job. So now she's
wow.
jumping in the corporate world and things like that. So
Wow.
it's like a lot of adjustment that I still have to be there
Right.
for her and the kids, but then my business and you don't always have the money to invest when tires is popping and
Right.
kids'
I mean,
glasses.
especially to stay relevant, because if you're not
Exactly.
dropping a track, every other week or once
or
a
just
month,
available everywhere. Like it's not
Yeah.
even,
Time on
it's a
social
whole package.
media
Yeah,
or-
like you drop a song, it's not just dropping it and letting your homies hear it. Like back in the
Right.
90s or early 2000s, and you get some street buzz, and that really be something. Like now,
right now you need
it's
20,000 people
exactly
to listen
it's
to
numbers,
it.
it's a video, it's
It's a
merchandise,
numbers
you know what I
game.
mean? It's all of that though, but you need that whole package behind one song just to have so much stuff just to get a little bit of notice. You know what I mean? And then you got to do that again. And the way that this industry is, it's like damn near every week, every month, you got to redo that again. What's the new one? What's this? So I kind of not want to get caught up in having to do that. And that's why I take my time and do quality things. But I'm also busy with a whole bunch of other stuff as well,
Right.
to where I can't always really focus on even being as creative with the music. But that's why I have so much music, because the times when I can do it, I'm knocking out,
Right.
you know what I mean, 2-3 songs in an hour and a half, just because I know like I'm in this space. Let me get it out. Let me do it. Let me
Right.
have this, and then I flood everybody, and then they can catch up while I'm doing this
While
and
you're
doing that.
breathing.
Yeah. And
While
then when
you're
they're like, "We
catching your
want something
breath.
new," I'm like, "I got something new," but to me, it's not new. I've been sitting on it. But here y'all go. Take this for a
Right,
while. You know what I
right.
mean? But you can find everything on all platforms, whatever you listen to music to, whatever you watch videos, SHAADIE, I'll pop up.
So you started with poetry, you evolved into hip hop, rap, you've been a cover band artist, you're a business owner, you own a studio, you're working with Channel 4 News, building a community of A Shot with Shaadie. So if someone wants to participate in A Shot with Shaadie, how would that go down?
Hit my DM, really. I just kind of have my eye out for certain people and certain
Right.
things that are right, and stuff kind of just happen organically. That's kind of really how I've been blessed to get those that I've been showcasing. Things
Right.
have kind of just worked and aligned in that way. But there is a process.
Sorry, how did you meet that dancer? Because that was crazy. Like, I
Oh,
love that.
Devontae?
Yes, I love that.
He worked with a lot of artists that I knew. Like we're in the same circle, but not the same circle, because it's a
Gotcha.
dance community, but it's
Right.
all entertainment. So
Uh-huh.
artists that I would work with would, of course, go to him for choreography, and he's like one
Right.
of the main ones. So it was just kind of that realm of being the same type of kindred spirit of being community and being he's like the go-to of dance at certain levels to then get you to next levels and certain things
Yeah.
with the heels classes and stuff that he does. So it's like it's crazy. So I just knew him through other artists, and he had an event that was happening on a week that I do my showcase, and of course, organically it just lined up to where, hey, I want to showcase you for your event that's coming up, and bam, 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 and that's how we did it. Just like with Kurt, he was dropping his single that day, so it was like perfect that
So-
he would be the first one.
I got a question. So, listening to this and knowing you, because I've known you for a couple years now, excuse me, when you're, I don't want to call it juggling, but it's kind of like juggling, a very skilled juggler, if you will. When you're going through these various phases of Shaadie, like whether you're hosting or whether you're performing or whether you're being the dad at home because you're an amazing father, or running your business, how do you manage that? How do you manage the stress? How do you manage the various lanes? The various topics and really hats you wear? Because you wear a lot of hats, bro. How do you do that?
I've been doing it my whole life. So for me, it's really just a part of, it's just really what I've been doing
Okay.
my whole life. My mom, I've seen her raise me by herself and multitask everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? From still getting herself through school to get an MBA, but also teaching profession classes on the side and being a secretary, and then being a
Okay.
team mom, and with me and all my sports and traveling and never missing a game and picking up,
Okay.
by herself. So I saw how to multitask, and I realized the power in being able to kind of do things efficiently, and being able to be versatile and adapt to certain things. So, I know a lot. I know a little about a lot, and I can do real good at a lot of things, and I'm great at a few things as
Okay.
well, but I specialize in being phenomenal in a lot of things at the top level, and that's just from being able to kind of focus in on one thing and then move to something else and focus
Okay.
in on that and understand that and move to something else and then come back and learn more things. I've just been able to pick up easy with stuff, and I kind of not box myself in, and that's the hardest thing that I've done over my career, whether it's with music or just how I am as a person, of knowing myself so well and doing kind of some things unorthodox, but it's still getting the same results,
Right.
and having to prove it to people like I really am this versatile, and I'm not
Yeah.
trying. It's not like I'm lost. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people that seem
That move
everywhere,
around in a
yeah,
lot
it's
of
like, well,
places.
you're
It
not
looks,
here.
yeah.
It looks sloppy. It looks like, well, you're kind of. And with me, it's really not that. It's just been okay. I'm riding a train and I'm doing a certain thing from this
Right.
stop to that stop, and then some other people get on or some people get off, and then I analyze and I realize from this stop to the next stop, I learned something else on a different
Right.
compartment of the train, and you know what I mean. And then I'm like, that's kind of how it is. It's not really new things. It's just added links to what I'm doing, and I go through, like you said, phases of I'm writing or I'm recording or I'm hosting or I'm putting together business. You know, it's all coming together, but it's in the same realm.
Focus.
You know
It's
what
in
I
the
mean? It's
same
in the same
direction.
direction to where, again, my main overall goal has been to be that guy that you can come to for any and everything. So how can I do that if I'm only doing one thing?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to just show you how to record, or I don't want to just show you how to write a song. I want you to be able to show you how you can market it, and then how you can get your own show, and then have a platform for you to go to the next level, or do a different type of avenue with your music other than just Spotify or YouTube, or how to get it licensed, how to get it synced on a video game or a movie, or you know what I mean, or an EDM version, or any type of thing. So I have to indulge myself in a whole bunch of areas so that I'm able to provide that for others. And luckily, like I said, just naturally how I am, it comes natural to just do a lot of
You're
that
just
stuff
gifted.
and prioritize, multitask, compartmentalize. You know, it's good in some areas and it's not in other areas. You know, when it comes to relationships or certain things that maybe certain emotions I need, but I kind of don't pull out. But then in other areas, it's like that's what I need to do or not do. And, you know, it's a learning experience, and with support of family and loved ones, and just learning and getting burnt and coming back. It's
Right.
you just keep going.
Take the hits and keep on running.
Exactly.
So you pour into so many people. How do you pour back into Shaadie?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I'm an only child, you know what I mean? So I'm used to being by myself.
Okay.
So again, I just see it as me set up to do this. I can take being by myself. I can take people not pouring, you know, me not getting something poured back into because I've been by myself all the time, figuring out how to pour it. So I don't look for somebody else to pour something into me. I don't need that. I would like it. It's good when it comes, but it's nothing that I expect. And it's nothing that I quote unquote need to keep going. So it's natural for me to give back and not really expect to receive anything. Just I know who I want to go out on a limb for. So that's that's just what I've learned over the years, of not be mad at how somebody may have quote unquote took advantage of me, but just knowing that that's how they see things, of how I move. So I don't change myself. I just adjust how I deal with whoever I'm dealing with, of what access or what they get of what I can provide. You know what I mean?
What amount of reach they have.
Exactly. So not everybody gets the same thing of me with stuff, and I'm okay with that, and I know that, to where I can't be mad at nobody but myself. If I put myself out there, I know this may happen or that may happen. I accept whatever happens and I'll learn from it. If it's good, it's good. If it was bad, it was bad, but it's good now because now I know. So moving forward is that. But most of the time, if I can get into my quiet place and chill, That's my re-energize. Let me do whatever I want to do for how long I need to do it.
Right.
And
Whether it's sleep, eat, feed the
exact-
kids,
exactly.
whatever.
And then once
Okay.
I'm good, I'm good. But once you start trying to box me in or pressure me or do the stuff, I'm a natural rebel, so I'm always
Right.
going to
Same.
kick
Same.
back.
Ask me. Don't tell me.
Exactly.
You ask me, you'll get the world. You tell me, you're going to get silence.
Exactly.
You've poured a lot out, man. Do you have any advice for anyone that's, aspiring to be a Shaadie number 2 or
Man, I mean, be the you number one. Don't try to be me,
Hey.
because you can't. You ain't. And I'm gonna just say it like that. Like,
Hey.
and it's not nothing
perfect.
cocky or nothing like that. It's just you're not. You can strive to be, but
Right.
you're never gonna be the next person. You can just be the best you and take pieces of those that you look up to, and you know what I mean. Try to emulate, but still find your own way. Don't give up. Don't stop. Just take a break. Pause. You know what I mean. All that stuff, but re-energize, reconfigure, rejuvenate, do whatever you need to do to get back on track. And even if that means that you realize this ain't the track for you, or whatever that
Yeah.
track is, you know what
That
I mean?
part. Know when to throw the towel in. Know when to
Exactly.
walk away.
Exactly. Sometimes you just got to change lanes or do something different, but keep that same drive and that same attitude of going forward and positively progressing. And you should be, you know what I mean? You should be all good.
I love it. You always have such knowledgeable things to say, and I've tried to be a sponge next to you for the entire time and that I've known you. You put me on game on certain apps that'll post to social media. You've put me on game to, hey, this app will help you find a job, to hey, come to my studio and record, or if you need to book out the room, you can book out the room. So thank you for being so giving. You're
no
so
problem.
giving, and I appreciate it. Is there anything you want to add to the conversation?
Man, you keep doing your thing, you know what I mean, with your platform. You know, personally, I know there's a lot you've been going through and been succeeding and overcoming, and it's been crazy. You know what I mean? But you still here on the other side, and it's still happening, but you still going. So you know what I mean? Keep that going. We all doing our part, and we all gonna get to the top.
That part, you heard it first. Morning Cup of Culture. Make sure y'all tap in with Bassix. Make sure y'all get out October 30th to the Salt Palace. Get you some cannabis education and wellness. Man, it's been beautiful. Thanks for tapping in.
Shaadie
Peace.
Shaadie